will I ever get it back? I cannot perform without my lute. How will I ever get it back? I cannot live without my... Yes, that trickster, Ark, fooled me into playing her riddle game for a chance at winning some gold. When I failed to answer her riddles correctly and had no coin to give her, she took my lute as payment. Please talk to Akishan to return my lute so I might earn the coin to pay her, but she refused to give it back. She suggested another game of riddles, but I have nothing left to gamble. She should be just up the road by the hatching pools, waiting for another mark. She's crafty. Don't let her trick you into large bets. It was crafted by my grandfather. Over the years, its sweet sound has brought joy to the hearts of sullen audiences and tears to the most stoic warriors. I've yet to find its equal. I sought a shortcut to buying a home in Stormhold. I thought myself a match for that scaly trickster, but my mind blanked when confronted by her riddles. I should have stuck to musical competitions.
Stretch your tail here in peace. What brings you to the hatching pools? I do not return items lost on a bet. Did he tell you he lost it gambling? Perhaps you're a gambler as well. Would you like to win it back? But that wouldn't be any fun. No fun at all. Come now, play a game of riddles with old Akishan. If you answer correctly, I will give you the loot. An intriguing proposal. It has been long since anyone challenged me. Yes, I will hear your riddle. If I cannot answer it, the loot is yours. I have never heard the like. May I have another clue? Is it love? Ah, I am honored you chose to share your riddle with me. Here, you may have the loot. I hope you share your wisdom with Iraninen so that he never again gambles away such a fine instrument.
Did you get my loot from Akishan? By the three, you did it! You saved my life and returned my livelihood! I don't have much, but what little I have is yours. I'll earn it back, and more, when they hear me play in Stormhold. Never again. I sought a shortcut to riches and nearly lost everything. A fool and his looters soon parted, my father used to say. Had I listened to him, I would have avoided this folly. You have my never-ending thanks. If I should meet a singer in my travels, I'll commission a song in your honor. Luck to your house, my friend.
Keeper Omnise was a kind woman. She tended eggs, you understand? She was a midwife to Argonian hatchlings. And they butchered her. The Dominion cut her down and left her to rot. I take no pleasure in being right. The Dominion must have learned Vice Canon Rondar's knowledge of the hatching pools. It is imperative we learn the Nemikek's true role in the Dominion's plans. They bring nothing to this land but abomination. If you haven't seen it yourself, Dominion forces are all over the hatching pools. They kill anyone who tries to leave. The only good news is they've left the eggs unharmed. We could use your help in learning why. I'd like you to cut down every Dominion soldier you see, but a quieter approach is more prudent. Either way, find Keeper Uzith A. He'll know how to buy time until I arrive with reinforcements. Ukatse found ceremonial garb in the chest behind me. He made it past Dominion guards, but one of their tigers sniffed him out. His wounds weren't too severe. You could use the garb to seek out Keeper Uzith A. Just keep an eye out for tigers. Report the extent of this attack to Vice Canon Haytamine. I expect to return with reinforcements quite soon. We'll drive the Dominion from the hatching pools. If you see opportunities to aid the Keepers, I urge you to do so.
You know better than to... Yes, I think I see. What brings you to me, Assistant? The Dominion tells us nothing. Those who left, they killed. Those who stayed, they let live. We don't know why. We continue to prepare for the hatching. They haven't stopped us from that yet. As we speak, the eggs grow moist. Before we begin the hatching, I wish to know the Dominion's intentions. But endangering yourself on our behalf isn't something I can ask. Then go. Light the braziers in the Zanmirs of First Light and Setting Sun. As you walk amongst the Dominion, listen with care. We must know if they mean us harm. And look for Assistant Talixith. If she still lives, inform her I'll need her assistance.
The Kaguti walk amongst the Gwar, but do not hunt unless the Gwar strays from her herd. Then wooden wasps would fly, bringing the Gwar down to the mud. The Kaguti think the Gwar won't bite off the tusk that strikes it. Now the Kaguti are brought down to the mud. The Gwar seeks reeds to fill its belly, a gully in which to wallow. These are what the Gwar needs. Leave conquest for the Kaguti.
They're almost like the spinners from back home. Couldn't we spare them, sir?
What part of no survivors don't you understand, Private? These savages are the enemy. Once they complete the ritual, they die like the rest. If you're so keen to argue, talk to the alchemist. It's his order.
Sir, Yes, sir.
Have you come to stop the Dominion soldier who devours my kin? Keeper Uzathay can go count his scales. A Dominion dryskin cooked and ate one of our unhatched eggs. Though I'm sworn to the shell, I will not allow him to harm another. What good is the hatching ritual if these despicable fools eat our young? Tell me what platitudes would Keeper Uzathay say to that? This dry skin must be stopped for good. I wasn't thinking of the others. Your words humble me. I'll return to Keeper Uzathay shortly. He'll know how to stop this madness. I'm sure of it.
I'll eat her young.
Covered in so much filth. They're starting to grow together. Here, I'll show you. They're covered in so much filth. They're starting to grow together. Here, I'll show you.
Keep your boots on. We're only here until the eggs hatch. Then the lizards get theirs, and we leave this muck wallow for good.
They're covered in so much filth. They're starting to grow together. Here, I'll show you.
Keep your boots on. We're only here until the eggs hatch. Then the lizards get theirs, and we leave this muck wallow for good.
The Kaguti walk amongst the Gwar, but do not hunt unless the Gwar strays from her herd. Then wooden wasps would fly, bringing the Gwar down to the mud. The Kaguti gore the Hist to drink its sap. In the hamlet, a tree dies screaming. In the mire, a tree goes mad. The Gwar watch the Kaguti, but do not understand. A weapon once gifted to the Wasp children. Bound in blood, it slips through the Hist's dreams. Tree blood burns, and Tree dies a lonely death removed from its sisters. The Gwar thanks the mighty Wamasu for its mercy. The Kaguti thought themselves clever to coat their tusks with poison, but the tree knows all. Its roots will soon feed on the Kaguti who burned its blood.
Hope seems a foolish fancy.
The braziers burn atop the Zanmir's pinnacles. Tell me, what have you learned of the Dominion's plans? There must be more to it than massacre. What can they achieve by waiting before slaughter? They could kill us now and have done with this place. Something sinister is at work, but we have no time. The hatching will soon begin. Then there is hope. As the hatching approaches, the Dominion will likely observe the ritual. Would you stand with us, despite the danger? Then we should begin. The time of hatching has come. We gather by the boughs of the Hist. What have they... No, this cannot be. Burn and burn! What have they done?
Ahate! No!
The Dominion. They'll doom us all! The Hist. Our link is gone. I cannot feel the Hist. This must be why the Dominion waited, to see if the hatching would fail. Without the Hist, the eggs can't hatch. Now there is only void. I feel it, forming around the tree. You saw what it did to Ahate. the same will happen to our unhatched eggs. I'll offer myself to Sithis in exchange for holding back the void. It must be done. Save the unhatched eggs. Keep the eggs from the void. Protect our future. Sithis, I implore you. Shield our unhatched eggs from the void. Sithis, exchange my life for the void. Ah!
We must save the eggs. The Dominion, they're coming. A mist. It's killing the eggs.
Mary, Dominion!
Killing the eggs.
There's no time. Run! I can't hold back the void for much longer. Return to the void. Return. Return.
He's gone. He died for the eggs. Did it work? Are they safe? Some, you say? They murdered our hatchlings, our children. Why? But you saved some. That is, it's a good thing. It must be a good thing. We must restore our link to the Hist. Without it, the hatching pools will never see our young rise from its cool waters. The Dominion can only cause such a thing with a powerful artifact. Then the danger is graver than I thought. The Nemec egg bears the memories of the Hist. Severing our link is the least they could do with it. Come, we must leave this place.
What happened? If Assistant Talixis is with you, where are the others? Then we're too late. Thank Vivek, some good news. We'll bring the eggs to Hismir where they'll be safe. You handle yourself admirably against such odds. The Dominion would have killed half a generation of Argonians without your help. What of the Nemec egg? Have you learned what the Dominion wants with it? Then we know why Rúvatar needed a place of power. Should the Dominion bring the Nemec egg to their homeland, they prevent every Argonian hatching ritual from afar. I think I know. When our scouts found signs of Dominion soldiers to the west, Vice Canon Hatamine led a contingent of soldiers to an Aliad ruin called Loriacel. Hurry there and tell her what you know. If you'll excuse me, I have vermin to clear from the hatching pools.
I'm glad you're all right. Marius will speak with you now. He forbade me to speak further.
You're very lucky. Rhea risked her life by dragging you out of that poison gas. Most Imperials aren't so partial to members of the Pact, but she's naive. Cleaning up a mess. I bear no responsibility for it, mind you. If Rhea and her diplomat father hadn't created such an uproar about poison-harming backwoods swamp dwellers, I wouldn't be here in the first place. Due to a clerical error, the Empire sent poison downriver in a trash shipment. Certain people feel we are responsible. Sloshing about in the muck is beneath me. But you don't seem to mind. How about it? Solid Imperial coin for cleaning up this mess? Rhea needs the husk of a giant wasp for some sort of container. I'm sure she'll be happy to tell you all about it. Just bring the husk back to our camp so we can get on with this.
Marius cares only for himself. When I was dragging you out of that poison, he did nothing. In fact, he mocked me. That poison wouldn't be here if not for Imperial incompetence. I'm here to make sure it can't harm any more people in this swamp. Imperial cities have thrown their trash into the rivers for years. The water takes it away from them, so what do they care? Well, I'm tired of us treating everywhere else like garbage. That's how this poison found its way to Shadowfen. I shouldn't tell you this, but I don't care about rank. The gas is an experimental weapon deemed too dangerous for use on the battlefield. It was supposed to be locked away in the catacombs of the Imperial City, but that obviously didn't happen. I've created an enchantment that will allow us to capture the gas. However, I need special containers to use the enchantment on. That's where the wasp husk comes in.
Did you really defeat the Daedra? This is no place for the living. Not anymore. If you're here to honor lost friends, you should come back next season. Maybe things will be better by then. Wisps or no wisps, it's wrong to leave a body unable to return to the Hists. And the travelers who bring the bodies, well, they expect a burial. I've tried, but I can't fight wisps with a shovel. All I can do is bury the dead. The wind has not whispered that to me. There have always been wisps, but never this dangerous. My mind would be eased to see travelers free of this threat. Life here is hard enough already.
I'd be dead if not for you.
I live to nourish another day.
You are the sun on my scales. Follow. I have something to show you.
You have wandered far. Rest now with me. Why do you resist? I offer you peace.
Be strong. Be gone, spirit. Come. You've seen the danger firsthand. I have not seen her attack prey so fiercely. What quarrel does she have with you? Her voice commands the lost souls, so that's a likely reason. I weep for the other travelers who fell prey to her traps. You should leave our cursed gravesite while you still can. No, she is not destroyed, only silenced for a time. She is old, perhaps as old as the swamps themselves. I do not know what caused her to take an interest in the living, but this does not bode well for any of us. I wonder if this has something to do with our new visitor. We've never entertained an Altmer before, or it may just be coincidence. Volrendel seemed harmless. At first he studied our ways. Then he began taking tokens and other discards from our rituals. That was odd, but did no harm. Then he was caught digging up some of our graves. He said he simply wished to examine them. He didn't disturb the bodies, it's something else. I want to understand him, but he won't discuss it with me. He's set up camp not far from here. Perhaps there are some clues there.
Why are you searching my belongings? I came to this hallowed place to learn, not to deal with petty thieves. I'll report you to Jajai Teal. She won't tolerate vagabonds on this site. Of course, I should have expected this. Tell the generous Jajai Teal not to fear. My work does not threaten Argonians. It is personal, the work of decades. And now I may finally have succeeded, though I must betray the legacy of the ancestors. My wife. I'm talking about my wife. She is the joy of my life. Such grace as you see but once in 100 years. Then death took her. I could not prevent it, but I cannot let go. She was caught between worlds. Until now. My wife lives. She's blessed by an Argonian reincarnation. Thank the Hist. Though I wanted this, I was still amazed at how quickly she awoke in this place. The Dominion will execute me for desertion, so I remain here in the home my beloved created. Only here. It must be the proximity to the Hist reclaiming its dead. To have her back with me, it's wonderful. Yes, of course you should meet her. She's within. It just looks like a cave, but inside she's recreated our home.
A traveler. Welcome. Rest at our hearth as long as you wish. Shall I prepare you some food and drink? Of course I am. Don't I look like a beautiful high elf noble? Are you with the Dominion? Did they send you to arrest my husband for desertion? Begone! He must not be bothered. I am Valrendel's wife. I am the one he loves. The one he cares for. The one he has sought all these years. I will make him happy. Forever. I have no more business with you.
Are you well? All around you I see marks of that spirit's tendrils. You have been to the Altmer's camp. What did you find? Wife? He came with no wife. How could... Ah, how foolish of me. Our Wisp Mother has assumed the form of Valrendel's dead wife. She is strong. Far greater than the simple spirit I thought her to be. This is dangerous. Legends say you cannot destroy Wisp Mothers, just as you cannot destroy the moon or stars. No, her essence must be sealed, or else she will rise from the swamps again. She's taken a fancy to her new lover. This we can use against her. I always make plans. So, we must seal her in something ancient and powerful. See the far Zanmirs? Each holds fragments I need to make a prison. I'll prepare the ritual site. Gather the pieces and meet me where the newly dead are buried. The urn you carry once contained the cursed souls of those who can never return to the Hist. It was punishment for their blasphemies against the Saxilil. It's lost some of its power through the ages, but it will still serve our purpose. I must conduct the rite. Your duty is simple. Do not let any souls enter this circle, or they will become trapped as well. Let me know when you are ready. The vessel calls to souls long lost. They come. The artifact is ready. Do not unseal it until it's time. You should take the vessel to the Wisp Mother. She is powerful right now, so first you must weaken her. Then open the vessel so it can take in her corrupted soul. You may need help from Valrendil to reach the Wisp Mother. I don't think Valrendil will want to help you, though. I don't know where else to look. Poor Valrendil. I fear the Wisp Mother will use him. She'll force him to protect her, even though violence is against his nature. You must be kind to him, and she must be stopped.
You. My wife asked me not to allow anyone, especially you, into our sanctuary. It was heartless of you to put such fear in her. Leave! Lies. She told me you'd say such things. Why you, a stranger, could possibly hate her, I don't understand. She may have forgotten a few details. You know nothing of death's toll. It makes no sense. Though I may not be able to stop you now, I shan't give up. What? Very well. Sometimes I think what I see isn't quite right. Sometimes from the corner of my eye, or when she thinks I'm not looking. Anuil's clarity. Have I lost the fixed center? What is this place? Gods, what is that?
You've ruined our life together.
It's all over. You were right about everything. My wife is as dead as she ever was. It was all simply a lie. I was blind. A desperate Mer, tricked by his loneliness. You know, she must have loved me. She saved my life so many times, from Dominion spies, from things in these swamps. It must have really cared. I don't know. I should stay here, if Zijai will allow it. No other place will give me safe haven, and my people will want to execute me for treason. I can still study. Perhaps someday, I can even be forgiven.
Well, that took you long enough. Did you get stuck in the mud?
Don't mind Marius. He was ordered here to look after the interests of the Empire. But really, all he cares for is his own advancement. Excellent. Just give me a moment and... done. I've enchanted this container to draw poison within it. Place it in the path of the roaming poison. Once the container collects the poison, you can safely recover it. We need to hurry. I hope no one else has been hurt. Oh? I assumed you were part of the cleanup. What's Marius planning? I don't know you well enough to ask a favor, but I implore you to listen. I fear what Marius plans for the poison. Once you've collected the poison, bring it to me. It's Marius. He wants to speak with you. Please, tell him nothing of what I said.
You have a container. Good. Are you ready for what's next? Rhea and I will take care of the poison in this region. You handle everything past Hismir. Once you've collected the poison, bring it to me at the disposal site near Zook. Let's move out!
Curse the Dominion. Keep your voice down. The Dominion has taken Murkwater. We can't afford to be caught. Murkwater is a simple fishing village, but the Ayleid once called it home. Ancient artifacts and dark secrets hide beneath the swamp. Agents went in to uncover the Dominion's purpose. Batarmij, Nuisha, and Rodathax. They haven't returned. I'm certain of it. If you can find and rescue them, meet us at our rendezvous on the hillside overlooking Murkwater. We need to know what our shadow scales learned. The Dominion must expect a powerful prize to send a force this large. Step lightly. The Dominion fills the swamp like rotted weeds. I spotted Batarmij tied up over there, and I heard Nuisha's voice coming from the cave nearby. As for Rodathax, he must be deeper in the Dominion's camp. We're Shadow Scales, born under the sign of the Shadow and trained as assassins from birth. We're called upon to sway the balance of power or right wrongs in and around Black Marsh. We officially hold allegiance to no one, but we're Argonians, and if the Dominion steals treasures from our land to establish a seat of power, we must stop them. Though, we're somewhat out of our element here.
Eagle's triumph.
By Sithis, it's about time. I can't believe it's taken this long to send someone. You're here to free me, right? Nice to know some of us weren't captured. I'm sure I'll never hear the end of this. Now, if you could untie me, I'll be on my way. Then the plan hasn't changed. Hopefully I'll see you there. At least you made it this far without getting caught.
or foe? Speak up. I may be a prisoner, but I won't be toyed with. Just the words I want to hear. Cut me loose. I've got plans for these low-life dry skins. I'm sure Paleheart would approve. Good. That's on the hill over there. I could use you in my future plans. See you soon.
Are you here to help? In that case, don't just stand there. Release me. I must report to Paleheart before any more soldiers get here. Is the rendezvous the same? Excellent. Then we haven't been discovered yet. I'll see you there.
You must be the one Radithax spoke of. Our agents owe you their lives. Indeed. The Dominion is searching for an Ayleid artifact, the Relayus Lore Keystone. Radithax believes it's too powerful to fall into their hands. The citizens of Murkwater that weren't killed in the invasion are being forced to excavate for it. Take this whistle. Our first priority is to save Murkwater's people. When you locate them, use the whistle to signal my agents. They'll take care of the rest. The Dominion took particular interest in a local scholar named Hajtum. She was spotted, accompanied by 2 guards, headed to the eastern Ayleid ruins. I believe Hajtum can lead us to the Keystone. The Keystone is a relic that can tap into the power of Loriasel, an Ayleid ruin here in Shadowfen. If someone obtained all the Keystones, they'd have control over Loriasel, and that would grant them immense power. The Ayleids kept the Keystones separated. One was hidden in Relayus Lore, the ruins you see around Murkwater. The Dominion must have learned this, and sent a force to recover it.
We don't understand the full power of the Keystones. Even one might give the Dominion terrible power. I'm young and have much to learn, but my connection to Black Marsh, to all Argonians, helps me. The more I research, the more control I gain over my power. Though I'm an assassin, I care for the people of Black Marsh. Shadow scales are quite misunderstood. Our work is subtle and always guided by faith.
Good thing you came along when you did. I'm pretty sure they were preparing more unconventional methods of extracting information, if you know what I mean. The thought of the Dominion walking all over my people makes me sick. If there is killing to be done, count me in.
This is beyond what we usually handle, but the Shadow Scales are up for any task. Where Paleheart goes, I follow. She and I are clutchmates, hatched at the same time, and trained together from our youth. We share an unbreakable bond.
Right, now!
Who are you?
Escape with me now, while no one is looking.
Shadow Scales. I guess it's my lucky day.
Light it up!
What is this?
Follow me closely. I'll keep you hidden.
I couldn't bear to dig much longer. I'm glad you came.
Going on? I'm here to help. Do what I do and no one will see us. Lead the way. I hope retribution comes next.
Who's there? I didn't kill your Dominion friends. I warned them, but they didn't listen. I thought no one would come for us. I've searched many years for the Keystone, and had a breakthrough before the Dominion arrived. I tried to mislead them, but they found my notes. It should be in one of the chests we unearthed. Be careful as you open them. An ancient evil guards the Keystone. Find the Keystone first, and worry about me second. Who knows when Dominion reinforcements will show up?
I have new orders from Paleheart. Come speak to me at the excavation site. Don't worry about Haj Tulm. I'll patch her up. Did you find the Keystone? Paleheart is eager to proceed. Very good. Paleheart will be pleased. Are you ready to take back the town from those Dominion scum? We've learned that the Dominion brought a large shipment of crystallized fire salts. These salts are highly flammable. We want you to assault their ship, collect the fire salts, and then spread them around the river. If that's not enough, why not kill their leaders? Velalaya and Kassar Dro command the Dominion forces from the ship. Now is our best chance to create confusion among their ranks. The Shadow Scales are going to systematically kill every Dominion soldier we can get our hands on once the river is on fire. We are currently studying their troop movements and getting our agents into position.
Can't feel my tail.
move to flank!
You've done excellent work. Our agents are in place. All that's left is to set fire to the river. Once the river is ablaze, we'll strike hard from the shadows and take back Murkwater. Are you ready? You should have the honor of lighting the fire after all you've done for us. I've stacked up a pile of wood. Light the remaining fire salts and set everything ablaze. Paleheart requested you return to her. Leave the fighting to us, and we will live up to your previous example. Now light the fire. Show them how shadow scales return a favor.
I could hear the fire salts exploding from here. Good work. My agents will make quick work of the Dominion's forces. Now, to end this, do you still have the Relayus Lore Keystone? Radithax and I think you should be the one invested with the power of the Relayus Lore Keystone. The only way to acquire it is by absorbing the stone. Radithax knows the ritual. Because the Shadow Scales know you're someone we can count on. Someone who sees things through to the end. You deserve to possess its power. Are you ready to begin the ritual? Radithax, if you will.
Of course. May Sithis watch over you, my friend.
Radithax, are you hurt?
I'll be fine. I have the marsh in my veins. Use the power of the Keystone well, friend.
You and the Keystone are now one. Its power resides within you. You'll know when the time comes. By now, my agents should have retaken Murkwater. They'll be celebrating in the village as we speak. If you're leaving soon, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Take word of what we've accomplished to Azenar and Hismir. They know the situation here at Murkwater, so they should be informed. It's not far from here, just to the northwest.
Your money is my business.
If you're here to complain about the Dominion soldiers' presence, I've already heard every complaint you can imagine. The soldier in question, Captain Hinamo, announced himself and his intentions to undertake the trials of the burnished scales. By holy tradition, pilgrims who declare themselves may not be harmed. The Hist alone decides his worthiness through the trials. Those who complete the trials may commune with the Hist. I don't know why this interests the Dominion, but I fear it is no good for Shadowfen. Perhaps you could find out yourself, take the trials, and keep an eye on this enemy of our people. The Trial of the Mind is your first challenge. The trial is located in a hut on the northwest corner of the pyramid. All are as one within the Hist. To be as one requires discipline. The trials prove your commitment. They also test your body and mind. We must see if you are capable of surviving the process without dying or going mad.
The Dominion will destroy us all.
Please, friends, I will do what I can to pass along your concerns.
Get the Dominion scum out of here!
Chimate presides over the trial of the mind, the first challenge. He'll administer the trial to any supplicant. Murkwater, that poor village. I hope the Shadow Scales made the Dominion's conquest a costly one. Chimate presides over the trial of the mind, the first challenge. He'll administer the trial to any supplicant. All are as one within the Hist. To be as one requires discipline. The trials prove your commitment. They also test your body and mind. We must see if you're capable of surviving the process without dying or going mad.
What? The pain's gone! I feel strong again, fully healed. Where's my father? I must go to him. Dead? Then the guides told the truth. Thank you for my strength and my life. I'll visit Malak's fury upon our clan. They'll pay the blood price for abandoning my father and me. When I leave this place, I will need all my strength. I thank you for my life. Return to my clan's stronghold. Depose Glurig and exact the blood price for my father's death. If they'd marched with him, he'd still be alive. My people would still have a worthy chief. Glurig told them a woman was not worth the effort, no matter her strength. According to my sister, Glurig seized power when we left. She sent word he'd even taken my father's wives for his own. Coward. He dared only with my father gone. Mazgash, daughter of Gordag, whose blood is Malak's by honor and strength. Through our shared blood, his strength is mine. An assassin attacked my father. I snapped his neck, but he grazed me with a poisoned dagger. My father and I came alone to find a cure after the clan refused to march together. Gordag, chief of the greatest Orkhold in Skyrim. Dead now, but with honor. Now Glurig rules the clan. A coward sitting in my father's seat. I plan to. Code be damned, I am stronger than that coward! I'll see him pay the blood price, or die while cutting his throat. If no one else in the hold will challenge him, I must.
You're the hero who defeated Sadal at Tormented Spire. My respect.
Another question. The river's current carries away an egg brother. What do you feel?
I feel nothing. My egg brother would be one with the Hist, returned and whole. Why would someone steal from us? Who would take the relics? Their only value is historic. 3 simple stone pieces, part of our heritage. No jewels, no gold, nothing a dryskin could value. Theft isn't unknown in Hismir, but it's rare enough I wouldn't know where to start looking for the culprit. Such ardor, you might consider undergoing the trials of the burnished scales if you haven't already. I would welcome any help. I stored the relics in this cart. Perhaps one of the pilgrims observed something I did not. I'll remain here to protect what relics are left, to guard these pieces of our heritage. Such a strange thought. Our history, carvings, keystones, and bits of Hismir itself, all of it rough old stone. Every season, we take them to our pilgrimage sites. They have no value to anyone but us.
Why do you bother me? I have troubles. Troubles! It happened last night, that's all I know.
The winds carry strange seeds to Hismir. Will they take root? I heard a strange noise by her cart. I saw one of my people wearing a red jerkin, and that's all I know. I had nothing to do with it. Whoever it was ran to the east. That's all I know.
I can feel the wind at my back like a caress. It's very peaceful, but you're interrupting its flow. Why?
Keok, do you make a habit of barging into houses? I know nothing about stolen relics. Now get out of my house. Wait. Some high elf pilgrim offered my tail's weight in gold for those things. But after he saw them, he said they were useless. Take the relics. I want nothing to do with any of this.
How dare you allow this to continue? There's no one
Did you recover our stolen relics? Are relics stolen by one of our own? He knew their lack of worth to outsiders. Perhaps his egg spent too much time in the shade before his hatching. No matter. It's enough you returned them to us.
You say for this next trial I'll need to run? Fine.
Pilgrim, the trial of the mind awaits below. Your goal is simple. Show you comprehend our past. Communing with the Hiss teaches who we were before, makes us what we are now. To remember our ancestors' deeds is to know ourselves. Learn of our past, and act with what you gain. You conquered the trial of the mind. Faster than Captain Hinamo, might I add. Perhaps he's not suited to feats of intelligence. Your next trial is that of the heart, where unnecessary distraction and digression lead to failure. Follow the well-traveled path marked by statuary. Speed is of utmost importance. Nazux awaits you at the finish. Are you ready?
Someone, please help me. Please, I need your help. So embarrassing. I twisted my ankle during my trial. Would you walk me back to Hismir? I can't make it alone. So many beasts in this marsh. The other one, the elf, he ran right past me. Well, a good deed is its own reward. Thank you. I can make it from here. You have a good heart. I think Nazux will be pleased with you even though you didn't finish your path. Find him to the southeast.
I've waited for you. You've undertaken the trial of the heart. Time is meaningless, for the true test lies within your own heart. You willingly failed a task to help someone in need. This was a necessary distraction. The trial of the Fang remains before you. You must fight while at great disadvantage. Bimikas will assist you in your preparations.
Another pilgrim? So few today beyond yourself and that Dominion soldier. Are you ready for the trial of the Fang? I do. It's quite simple. Defeat any of these warriors in single combat to pass the trial of the Fang. Oh, and you must drink poison. Nothing permanent, just something to dull your senses. Here, when you feel the poison's fire in your veins, challenge any warrior to single combat. Go prove yourself ready for the Hist.
Shadowfen is full of challenges. Your sickly pallor comes from root rot poison. Excellent. I accept your challenge, and I offer you the honor of first strike. Enough. I yield. You fight like Warmasu.
I see no lingering effects from the root rot poison. Aren't you a hardy one? Yes, and you did it well. Few make it past the trial of the mind, let alone all 3 trials. They're necessary to prepare one's body and spirit for what comes next. Good. I've prepared Hist sap in the bowl beside me. Drink it when you wish to commune with the Hist. It is different for every pilgrim who drinks the Hist sap. You may speak words or think thoughts that aren't your own. When the Hist shows all it wants you to see, find Kamax A at the highest tier of our pyramid. He'll help you interpret your visions.
My love, I found the right mixture. You've heard it before, I know, but this time I feel it in my scales. Drinking this will allow all of us to commune with the Hist. We'll regain what our people lost. I guess it's now or never. The Hist is in my mind. So strange. I must...
Years of work, and it all comes to this. I almost don't believe it. You should be the one. You communed with the Hist, refined the amber. Placing the Zot stones was enough for me. It worked. Oh, and it's so beautiful. I must tell the others.
Ringy are upon us. Quickly,
Well?
activate the Zot stones. Such power, were it ever to fall into the Kothringi's hands.
Return. As Root's steward, I must say your vision remains a secret of the Hist and yourself. But for myself, I must ask, what did you see? Zot stones. The Hist may be showing you a way to defend Hismir against some future threat, but I have not heard of Hist amber in an age. You should speak with Kamaxe. If anyone knows, he will. Gone. Whatever the Hist showed him, he was in a hurry to act. Perhaps his people are threatened as well.
The look in your eyes. You've communed with the Hist, I see. You and the Dominion captain make two outsiders in one day. A portent if there ever was one. Fruit of the Hist, its magic once powered the Zot stones, protecting us from our enemies all those years ago. But the Hist haven't borne fruit in an age. Why do you ask? Oh no. Captain Hinamo also asked about the Hist amber. Then he left here in great haste. If he possesses any amber, he could use the Zot stones upon the root stewards, the pilgrims, everyone in Histmir. Why would the Hist show him this vision? To ward the western ruins. If you find any Hist amber, keep it from Captain Hinamo's hands and return it as swiftly as you can. Should the Dominion plan to capture Hismir for themselves, I must prepare a defense. I pray the Hist amber is lost to the ages. Captain Hinamo must not control Histmir's lost power. The Hist cares not for kingdoms or politics. It shares what we have forgotten. How we use its gifts is our doing.
What happened to our pilgrims? Where could they be? The pilgrims were supposed to arrive hours ago. I expected some pilgrims from Forsaken Hamlet today. With the trials at hand, I must stay here. and none of the other route stewards have the time to search the Northeast Road. If you're headed that way, would you look for them? Have you found any signs of our missing pilgrims? What would the Dominion gain by keeping pilgrims from the trials? It is senseless.
not there. Rajin Shadow! Zara thought you another monster, coming up to... Do not surprise Zara again. Zara asks you that question. Skulking about, sneaking up. Announce yourself next time. Zara might have clawed you to shreds. What would you do then? Jacos, I thought you were one of them. This place crawls with Fenlord servants. Left behind when they created the Crown of Ascension. Zara came here looking for it, but did not expect so much resistance. You will help, yes? Zara will make it worth your while. Step lightly. Fenlords do not keep lazy servants. They could be on us in a flick of a tail. Some say it is a tomb, where the Fenlords encased themselves in ice to wait out the long ages. Others suggest a jewel-encrusted crown that reveals all places and possibilities at once. Alien necromancer kings who once ruled Black Marsh. When their slaves rose against them, the Fenlords had them executed and revived as undead. Preserved against the ages, they toil even now, protecting the tombs of their long-dead masters. Unknown, some say they created the Crown of Ascension and left Nern forever. Others claim they were overwhelmed by Alicia's rebellion. What matters to Zara is finding the Crown of Ascension, obtaining it, and getting out of here alive. A fine goal, no? Does it matter? It is old and very well guarded. If we gain it, we will be renowned. If it is powerful, we become powerful. Whatever happens, our names will be sung throughout the ages. Is this not a worthy goal? If it is big, leave it, and sell the location to any who would have it. If it is small, take it, and find the highest bidder. If it is powerful, well, some things are best kept to oneself, yes. As companion to famous Zara, a share in my fame, of course. But you mean compensation, yes? Zara has a cash reserved for this very thing. Do not worry, you will be paid well. As you see, Zara is Zara. Joined the guild, but that wasn't for me. Too much sitting and waiting for orders. Bah! Alkosh waits for no one. Why should Zara? Mages, to find things that are hidden. They have the most exquisite libraries in Dune. Row after row of books. It's easy to see how things become lost. Then again, there is a guild for that too. Just as one finds things that are lost, another may lose things that are found. There is profit in both. Neither much tolerates the competition. Studying the dead, learning more about them. They have no minds, yes? Nothing to fill the space between the ears. Replaced with magic. Old magic. Fortunately, there are ways around that. Even in death, the Fenlords distrust their servants. To guard against rebellion, they inserted control icons into the heads of their arisen slaves. Zara found one. With it, I hoped to gain passage through this place. But its magic is stale. Does not work well. Magic has faded, yes? It is enough to stop one of these monsters in its tracks, but only for a time. Zara was barely able to overcome the one at our feet. This is why I need your help. With regret, no. Zara is very clever, but not so strong. If the moons do not smile on us, this stone may be Zara's only escape. If you think it best, Zara agrees. Your help is needed to supplement Zara's cleverness. Do you feel that? Like ice running down Zara's back. Care is needed. Wrongness surrounds us. Step softly. There! Zara was worried for a moment, but we've done it. The crown of ascension is ours. Travel to Alten Koromon to have it appraised. Surely Zara has dealt with Captain One-Eye in the past. She is wily, but Zara is her match. Here is compensation for your efforts. Rest assured, you will be remembered when Zara tells the tale.